is September 11th, which marks 24 years since the deadliest terrorist attack in the world. On September 11th, 2001, 4 coordinated attacks shocked the nation, claiming thousands of lives and injuring many others. That morning, hijackers flew 2 planes into the Twin Towers at the World Trade Center in New York. A 3rd plane hit the Pentagon in Virginia. The 4th, believed to be destined for the White House, would never reach its target. Passengers and crew bravely fought back against hijackers, causing it to crash in a field in Shanksville, Somerset County. Our Rachel Pellegrino joins us live from the Flight 93 National Memorial this morning. And Rachel, as the nation keeps its promise to never forget, many can still remember where they were and what they were doing that moment the plane first hit, leaving its mark on the world.
Well, Dan, some people were on their way to work. Others were heading to the doctor's office, maybe dropping their kids off at school. Everyone has a story of where they were and what they were doing September 11th, 2001. As for 2 Conemaugh Township police officers, they started that day with routine testing for work. It was a seemingly ordinary day until they ended up at Flight 93's final resting place. And now, for the first time since that day, they returned back to the crash site in Shanksville, recalling their story and the heroic actions that turned a common field into a field of honor. Change. It's measured by the passing of time.
24 years ago, we stood here, and this is our first time back. Yeah, it's strange. It's strange. It's sad.
But here in Shanksville, time stands still. Moments captured in photos. Sights burned forever in the minds of those old enough to remember that day. And sacrifice written on the wall.
Chief and I were on these grounds, and we were trying to help however we could. We didn't know what was going on or the severity of the scene we were on.
On September 11th, 2001, United Airlines Flight 93 was overtaken by hijackers.
It was a Boeing 767. It has crashed. There is no sign of any survivors.
The 4th plane, in what we now know, was a series of terrorist attacks.
The plane crash that has gone down in Somerset County is believed to be related to the other attacks on America.
We got a Somerset 911 dispatch of a plane down.
Former Conemaugh Township Police Chief Pete Barclay and Detective Bubba Fatula were among the first 4 people on scene in Shanksville, where Flight 93 crashed at 10:03 a.m.
En route to what ended up being Flight 93 crash, we had no indication what was going on in the world at that time. We had just ended firearms qualification, and it was just another call. We were just on our way to help.
Not yet understanding the historic significance of that day, Barclay and Fatula found their way to the crash site. Fatula getting out of the car, running in the hope there were survivors.
He followed me in the police unit as I ran through the woods towards the crash.
But what they saw next was something they never imagined.
Little did we know when we came up on this huge hole in the ground, there was a plane that was in there, but you could never tell there was a plane in there. It was just so much debris and stuff just laying everywhere, fires, smoke.
The smoke was so thick, we would go inside of it and come back out because you couldn't breathe. And the smell of the jet fuel was overwhelming.
And despite the initial shock, one thing was clear. They were looking at a crime scene.
And there came a point very quick in the process that Chief said to everyone, this is serious. We've got a crime scene here. We have to start preserving, this place. And that's what we started doing as people started coming in.
What started as a rescue turned into a recovery mission within minutes.
There came a part of the day where we were instructed, all law enforcement was instructed to kind of build a line. And we were going to walk through the woods, and our instruction was to look for the black box or any other kind of recording device that they wanted to find at that point.
The black box was recovered 3 days later from the crater, 25 feet deep in the ground. It pieced together the moments leading up to the crash, telling the story of the 40 passengers and crew members on Flight 93, what they were doing the morning of September 11th, 2001.
I'm on a plane that's been hijacked. Please tell my children that I love them very much. I be able to see your face again, baby.
They got together in the rear of that plane and said to themselves, we're not going down like this. It's going to be our way. And this memorial every year, it just shows what heroes were really on that plane that day. We all like to think that we're going to rise to the occasion in the time of a crisis, but those people rose to the occasion and saved thousands of lives.
In the early morning hours of September 12th, Barclay and Fatula returned home without looking back. Until now, 24 years later, returning to the site of that fateful day, they say it's unrecognizable. As we walked along the path at the National Memorial, the two recalled something that hasn't changed all these years later.
We know that on September 11th in 2001, him and I were on duty and we responded to Flight 93. It was a sad and historic day, and we'll always have that.
The memory of that day is something they say will connect them forever. It was a sad and historic day that had an even greater global impact. As a result of 9/11, Barclay was deployed to Kosovo in a peacekeeping mission for 9 months. And just down the road from the Flight 93 National Memorial at Patriot Park, there's more than 7,000 flags in the Field of Heroes. Those flags represent the U.S. service members that didn't return home, those that died post 9/11 protecting our freedom in the global war on terrorism. Reporting live in Shanksville, Rachel Pellegrino, WTAJ News.